Ram Madhav ji just mentioned, apart from all the very, very fine points you've made, may I compliment that wonderful background that you've brought us. We're very envious of that beautiful country, as Ram Madhav ji himself said, about Sri Lanka. I've had the privilege of having visited Sri Lanka. Hopefully, Maldives will be my next stop. I promise you, sir. And like you said about the tourists, I know so many people who've used their pandemic vacations and holidays to visit your beautiful country, so I'm not surprised about that. But getting back down to the Indian Ocean, Ram Madhav ji, I want you to set out a picture for us, and then I'd like the two ministers to respond, because it's true that India's role in the pandemic has been amazing. We've been off the mark immediately to help our neighbors with whatever they required. But this is a collaborative effort, and sometimes journalists and television tend to have this, paint the Indian Ocean as a tug of war between India and China for control, for domination, for the sphere of influence in the Indian Ocean. Give us your perspective, sir, of where India's role is after what has happened in the last 12 months.
We all must, first of all, appreciate the fact that in the 21st century, the Indian Ocean region, or if you extend it to the Pacific, the Indo-Pacific region, has emerged as the global power axis. Almost 70% of the container trade passes through Indian Ocean today. Countries with big economies like Japan, China, Singapore, Taiwan, South Korea, Australia, India, all of us depend on these ocean lines for our own survival. For example, India's imports, we depend on Indian Ocean to the tune of 70% of our imports today. That should give us an idea about the significance of these ocean lines in this century. It is going to be this story for next several decades. So that makes this region, number one, a huge opportunity for all of us, but also a huge challenge. Because it has emerged as the most happening region, it is prone to a big power tussle here. And probably many don't agree with me, but I see the beginning of a new Cold War already. The Cold War is on. Many people say, let us prevent the new Cold War from happening. I say, look at the number of nuclear-powered submarines in this region today. How we are all developing our bases today. So this region is hotting up. So countries like all of us who want peace here, because we are all surviving on this region. So whether it is India or our neighbors like Sri Lanka, Maldives, or other countries in the region, our singular emphasis should be to ensure that it should be peaceful, prosperity should be equitably accessible to all the countries. For that reason, it has to be inclusive. You cannot have any exclusive policy to deal with this region, because after all, every country has stakes here. Not only the countries of the region, but those which do not belong to the region, like UK, like France, like Germany. They have stakes here, they have islands here, they have their own investments here. So we need to take almost the entire world along with us in dealing with the future of this region. Towards that end, the countries of the Indian Ocean region have to play an important role. That's the reason why India has taken this initiative. Of course, IORA was an Indonesian initiative, but India has proactively participated in it. But subsequently, India, together with, I must give credit to Sri Lanka also, Sri Lanka and even Maldives, we brought together the leaders of Indian Ocean countries to discuss about how do we play an important role. Do we leave this region to big powers, so-called big powers? Or do we have a role to play? We are insisting that this Indian Ocean should be managed with the proactive involvement of the countries in the region, small or big. We all have to together play a role in managing the peace, prosperity, and inclusivity of this region. Towards that end, former Prime Minister of Sri Lanka has proposed in one conference that why not we have, on the lines of European Parliament, why not would we have an Indian Ocean Parliament of 28 countries? May not be a full parliament. Can't we come together on a regular basis to discuss about how to manage the affairs of this region? Just one point I would make and stop. See, vaccines, yes, we are playing a big role today. And India has always been a leader when it comes to vaccines. India has excellent vaccine manufacturing companies in our country. We will be in the forefront supplying vaccines to all the countries, especially in the region, Indo-Pacific region, then of course also beyond. One of the important things in Quad agreement was about 1 billion vaccines to be supplied with the help of all these 3 other countries. But you must remember, Honorable Minister referred to tsunami. At the time of tsunami also, all our countries have immediately jumped to the help of these nations. So on humanitarian situations, we have already learned to work together. But when the situation is looking like hotting up, when the region is turning into a sort of another Cold War-like situation is emerging, it is in our own interest, it is the interest of India, Maldives, Sri Lanka, all of us, to play an active role to ensure that it won't lead to any future conflicts. Let me end by saying, war is about competition between countries. Diplomacy is another kind of competition. Maybe competition through diplomacy is better than competition through war.